And another round here of the Britannia Challenge Cup. Ruder Club Hannover from Germany. On the left-hand side of your screen, Nottingham Rowing Club on the right-hand side of your screen. Huge number of German crews entering the regatta this year, Tom.
Yeah, great to see that support. The likes of RTHC by Leverkusen, Ruder Club Hannover, Dresdner, Frankfurt, Germania. So many names and so many different locations in Germany. Of course, a massive rowing nation in itself, always very successful in the bigger boats. And Ollie Ziedler as well, over competing in the Diamond Challenge Sculls. Good competition for Mahe Drysdale. At the moment, looks like the Germans having the better of the opening exchanges.
Ooh, bit of a dirty stroke there from Nottingham Rowing Club. As we've said, these are really challenging conditions. I think particularly on that buck station, you can cop a bit of the wash from the passing boats, but it's all part of the regatta. It's what makes it exciting. Least of all those big hard booms off to the left-hand side, which I know when I had the steering foot made me pretty nervous, but these boats fortunately cox, so the rowers not having to be too distressed by the steering, hopefully, if the coxswain's doing their job. But we can see the Germans out to a comfortable lead, and it's interesting seeing the growth in this regatta in recent years, but particularly the appeal to the international crews. And I think that the broadcast absolutely has something to do with it. To all of you who are joining us either from the UK or from overseas, probably some of you over in Germany watching the racing tonight, with a number of German crews coming down the track this evening, but all over the world, to take this fantastic regatta to all corners of the globe. I know in Australia it has really created a bit of hype. You know, this is really something special that people want to be a part of and aspire to come and do, and seek out clubs and opportunities to come to Henley Regatta, because it is such a special event, and now bringing this broadcast, you're able to see exactly why. Yeah,
it's a bucket list event, and it's so inherently English as well. There's nothing quite like it. Whenever I bring people, my family, my friends who aren't rowers to this regatta, even for them it's a culture shock. They can't believe that stepping into the stewards enclosure is like taking a step back in time. And that is so unique to Henley. I mean, I know we have a wonderful sort of collection of British sporting events, but Henley with the Pims on the bank and the boaters and the stewards enclosure and the wonderful crews that take part, it is a really special event. And I think you're absolutely right. The crews from the US, they love it. They've come in en masse for years now, but Germany, France, Italy, Spain, you know, we see more and more European entries. Australia, as you said, Sarah, New Zealand, travelling literally across the world to compete, and sometimes only for one race. But I suppose if you booked your flight back on the Monday, there are other things that can keep you occupied.
Yes, you're quite right there, Tom. But as we look here at the course, we can see it is the crew from Ruder Club Hannover in Germany, currently leading Nottingham Rowing Club. There's only about a length in it. I think that the Germans have, you know, settled things down a little bit, but perhaps noticing that they're not that far clear. So these coxswains will have to be pretty wily about what they're doing. The German cox, Manja Radka, of course, buried down there in the bow. Can't see the challenge that may come from Nottingham Rowing Club, so the rowers will have to be right onto that to make sure that they're covering any moves that come, so that they don't come unstuck in the last few hundred metres of this race.
Yeah, I think at this stage Hanover have this one under control. There isn't a great deal to choose between the two crews, maybe a couple of lengths. But it's like we touched on last night, the communication between the bow-loaded cox and either the bow man or the two-man in the crew has to be pretty good, so that they can relay back to the cox exactly what's happening. It's the unique nature of rowing, isn't it? It's the only sport in the world where you can actually see the people you're leading.
And what a great feeling it is when you're looking back on your competition. Not so great when you have absolutely no idea where they are. But coming down here, it is still the crew from Hanover that are in the lead. The Germans looking pretty comfortable, as you say, Tom. They've still got a bit of a buffer. It would have to be a huge move from Nottingham Rowing Club to upset them at this stage. But about 10 kilos in difference in weight, so I'm quite surprised by that, because generally you would think in the Cox tours particularly you'd have your bigger, stronger, heavier rowers. Not to imply that weight necessarily equals strength, but 78 kilos the average for the Ruder Club Hannover crew, as compared to 87 kilos for Nottingham Rowing Club. But looking very composed, very smooth, pretty tidy little outfit here. Ruder Club Hannover, Germany, in the Britannia Challenge Cup, coming down past stewards. They've really extended that lead now, so Nottingham Rowing Club just running out of a little bit of steam as they've come down the last couple of 100 metres past the stewards' enclosure, making their way to the finish line now. And the win going to Ruder Club Hannover from Germany in the Britannia Challenge Cup over Nottingham Rowing Club.